Hey everybody, welcome to our live. I am Heather. We come to you live each and every day so you can learn about LUMINESS, what we what we have to offer. I'm going to check settings to make sure you can hear me. Okay. I was reworking some things, and so I want to make sure that you can hear and see me, which I'm hoping you can. So let me. Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Somebody say hello if we're live. Tell me if we're live. We'd like to know if we're live. Um, are we live? I see people getting on, so hopefully we are. But I hope everybody's having a wonderful week. Hello, Brenda. Good to see you. Thank you for saying hello. I did label this one like things you need to know when first starting out to airbrush, because we had a bridal extravaganza this past weekend, and one thing, hey Cindy, good to see you. And one thing that I kept running into was the fact that I don't want you to get this system, like you see the infomercial and you're like, woo, I want this. This is going to be life changing. And it is. But I don't want you to base your love of this on the first time you use it, because we know that using this and you know how it goes on is different. It's applied differently, but how you apply it is also different. So how it reacts or how it should be going on your skin is different than traditional makeup. So what majority of the people do when they get the system is they get it home, they're ready to go, they're doing it, but they're putting it on like airbrush makeup. So I'm going to go over, and we always cover the beginnings and all of that, but I'll go into a little bit more detail on what it should do, how it should work. And so you guys, the ones that are on, I know y'all have experienced this too. So let me know what your thoughts are too. Let me know, hey, when I first started, I did this, and that's going to be important for people to know when they first start out as well. So y'all chime right in there with me. But let's look at some of, and I need to write that down. This is one of our starter kits. This is the Icon. We also have the Icon Pro and the Legend. And of course, we have the Breeze. And the Breeze is amazing, of course. And it is our new chargeable, cordless. It's awesome sauce. You'll love it. Even if you have one like this one, if you have the Icon, you'll probably still want the Breeze because it is pretty nifty. But it does come with the 2 bottles of foundation, Love and Blush. And so we'll go over how to use those as well. Now, this is what we want you to do, bam, when first getting started right here. You want to make sure that you keep that stylus moving. You don't want to do this. Even though it's moving, you're not moving that spot, because when it's applied, it goes on so lightly that you kind of want to question whether or not it's even coming out or that it's even happening. So you always want to keep that stylus moving, keeping it 4-finger widths away from your face, and watch yourself in the mirror. Move this around, bam, 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 and watch yourself. And then barely, 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 barely pull down on that trigger. The trigger is what is releasing the makeup. And so, hey, Lori, this is releasing the makeup, but there's not a lot of, I dripped all the way down there, didn't I? There's not a lot of difference between this and this. And so you really do have to get that sweet spot on releasing the makeup. You will never pull down all the way, because that's just going to be like all over your face. So if it feels wet or sticky or anything like that, you know that maybe you're pulling down too hard on that trigger, okay? Looks like somebody was using this without it. Do I look? Yay, I missed you guys too. We are live. We are live. It was a crazy, crazy week last week. Like I said earlier, I had a bridal extravaganza. We had a huge bridal show in Houston, and it was crazy. It was great. I feel like I'm out of focus. Hold on, let me focus this back real quick. Am I out of focus? Should be better now. All right, so I'm gonna clean this real quick like. Man, somebody's going to town on this bad boy. All right. And speaking of cleaning, remember you are cleaning it after every single use, but not every single product. So you don't have to change. You don't have to clean it in between the products. Blow it out, and then start your airbrushing. All right. So I am going to use our rose water. This is the Bulgarian Rose Serum Mist, and I don't always use this at like pre makeup, but I do use it every single night. Now I do feel like from the bridal show, it was long hours. I was tired, flat out. So I feel like my face looks tired. So I'm going to add a little bit of moisture back into my face and using this. And so I just put some right into the foundation well. This one does have a dropper, so I do like half a dropper, and I put that in there. Cindy said, keep your system clean. If it's clogged, it won't come out right. Also, make sure it's charged or it won't work. Amen. So, and actually, guys, y'all start doing that. Y'all start telling me those comments because I'll elaborate on them as well. The breeze, when you first get the breeze, you want to charge it a good 3 to 4 hours, okay? Then only charge it once a week. So pick a day, and this is just the Bulgarian Rose Serum. It gets around my eyes. You pick a day and charge it. That's, like, hey, Mondays are going to be my day to charge it. You do not want to leave it charging. Like, don't charge it every single day, but just get that right, that one day that you charge it, okay? And yet this is clear, so it doesn't matter where I'm going. I'm just adding moisture back into my face. Bulgarian Rose, if you're not familiar, is perfect, amazing for your skin. It helps with, and that's why I'm really concentrating it here. It's great for pore reduction and fine lines, wrinkles and crinkles. And I'm just using it. Now it's dry. Okay. So it didn't matter the way I did it because it is clear. I just wanted to get it everywhere. Okay. And it soaks right, or my skin is very depleted, but it soaks right in. So it's not going to, like, I think because it says serum, people might think it has that serum feeling, and it doesn't. It doesn't have that. It's just going to go right. And then I love the smell of this. Love it. Love it. Love it. What is this one? Let me see this one. Ooh. Ooh, I love it. Love it. Love it. Got 2 bottles here. I'm in heaven right now. Okay, so now let's do, always clean your brushes. Yes, always clean your brushes if you are using brushes. Let's do, because I feel like I need some brightening up, I'm going to use Glow. Now, also, we have a lot of products that overlap, and so you want to make sure when using them, like I'm using Glow. I'm going to use it underneath my eyes to brighten up my eyes. I can use it to highlight. I'm using it for coverage, so I can, cover redness and some broken capillaries here. If I'm using Glow, that's the one I'm using. I'm not going to go back and use the CC concealer. Because the products overlap and because we're not touching our face, you're not wiping anything off or like if I did a concealer, then do a highlight, I'm not wiping. And so if it has a pigment, it's going to give you coverage. So I'm using Glow as my highlighter, as my coverage, my pre-coverage. Just pick one, okay? Like pick which one you need the most. So today I'm focused on highlighting underneath my eyes to make me look awake, alive, alive, alive. All right, so now I'm gonna go spray under my eyes. I'm making the movements first, then lightly pulling down on that trigger. What's something else that is important to know when first starting out? What do you guys think is the most important? We know to clean the system. Okay, now see, you can, I don't know, maybe you can tell a little bit that it's highlighting, but I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back and do another pass, which will give me more highlighting. I can even go and do it on my brow bone. Okay, now I'm using this as a highlighter, as my under eye coverage, but notice that I go all the way down here. With traditional concealers, we do like this, and then we blend it out. This blends for you, okay? So that's why you don't see it going on, because it's blending as we are applying it. Lori, you think the 4 fingers away from the face, and that's one thing, like you do need to practice. It might sound like super easy, and it is, but you do need to practice, because one of two things happens. Because there's air blowing at you, you either do this and don't realize it, or you come in super close because we're used to touching our face. And so having that correct distance is very important, because it's that perfect distance to give you that flawless application. Now, when doing it, also keep it moving. You're not racing, okay? So it's not like woo, 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 you're not doing that, right? So the moves are very deliberate. There's going to be overlap, but you're never in one spot twice. So just keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. I love it, Cindy. Cindy said, don't put too many drops. You don't need much. And then also practice before you go to bed. I live by that rule. If there's a new look that I want to do, or if there's something I want to try, I always do it right before I go to bed, or right before I take my makeup off. And so that is a great way to practice. I don't want you to be practicing how to airbrush when you're running late for work or running late for an event, and then you're like, oh, I'll just do it real quick. You're going to mess up. I mess up. So practice when you have time, and you do need to practice. Always count the number of drops you put in your system. You will get to the point where 8 drops is the maximum number of drops you will need to get full coverage, okay? But always count, because you're going to get better and better every time you use this. And so count your drops, because that way, let's say you put 8 and you're like, oh, I have some left over. Okay, next time I'm only going to put 6. And so you can do it like that as well. Because I did pre-coverage, I won't need 8 drops of foundation, right? All right, now I'm going to do my blush. And this is the Soft Rose Blush. Shaking it up. Now I am doing the blush first, because our blush is super high pigmented. You might be saying, well, what the heck does that mean? It means that if you put too many drops, you're going to look crazy, because it does bloom, as we say. So 2 drops, that's it on the blush. Now, I like a softer blush, so I'm doing a blush first, and then when I do the foundation, it's going to blend it out for me, okay? So now I'll take my blush. I kind of smirk. And I've kind of started to do like a contour blush. And I'll tell you what that means. Where I go up a little bit more. Okay, now see how soft it looks, but you'll see. Okay, now I'm out. I can hear because there's a dry sound. I don't know what's happening right here with my hair. It's really bothering me. But the blush is going to come out. Now, this is one thing that I did try. I saw it on Facebook or YouTube or something. And they did more of a blush contour than a regular contour. And so if you're like, Heather, I can't do contour. No way, Jose. Then try a blush contour. And what that means is I did my blush here, but then I kind of brought it up. And I feel like it lifts the face. Try one, like try half the face. Try with a regular contour, the other one with a blush contour, and see which one works best for you. Again, remember, foundation is used to flatten, to cover, but it's just going to leave your face flat because we're hiding all the imperfections, not all, but whatever imperfections we have or we think we have, we're hiding those. And then contour, blush, all of that is adding shape back into our face, right? So I feel that the blush, it raises it up. So I kind of whoop, and I feel like in fact, I might even add another drop. I feel like we've done that more so since, we had to wear masks and everything, where we're like, I need to get it up. I'm just adding a little bit more. And it's okay if I go a little heavy. I do a little bit right there. Tie it in. It's okay if I go a little heavy because I still have my foundation to put on. So, all right, I'm going to blow that out. It is empty. And now I'm going to add my foundation. Lori does blush contour all the time. And Lori, I feel like the blush contour would be good for you with the darker skin tones. Sometimes it's harder to contour because you don't want to go so dark that it depending on which products, if you have a good contour, then awesome. But I feel like it kind of lightens and it'll bring it up. So you can it's almost like a reverse contour with the blush. All right, so now I'm using the not the rose, but the silk 4-in-1. Turning on my system. And now I just start one spot and I make a pass. So what other tips are important when first starting out? Practice makes perfect. Practice with water. Oh, you know what I do want to show you? Hold on, I'll show you. Grab my paper towel, and here's my paper towel. Folding it up, I'm going to put nothing. Guys, that is what should happen. Now, in the beginning, if you're like, my face is not dry immediately. If it feels a little wet or sticky, that's okay. Just know that you'll get to the point where you'll get that pulling down on that trigger a little bit. You'll get that down where it's not going to feel wet or sticky, okay? One way to practice this is with a paper towel, start spraying, holding it 6 finger widths away. And I don't know if you can tell, but you want it to show up like that. If it shows up like this, you're pulling back too hard. Sometimes spraying on a paper towel will help you because we get to visualize it. When we're doing it ourselves, we don't necessarily see it. And so make sure to, you know, kind of test that out. What a lot of people will find out when they're doing this is, oh, I'm pulling down on that trigger. I didn't even think anything was coming out, but now it is. And so that way you'll know. I am going to go in, oh, here's my little contour. I am going to use a regular, my contour cut 1 palette because I need it down here. Even though I did my blush contour, I'm going to go a little here and a little here. Just again, to give my face some shape. And then using my new Denolte palette, I can go in. Lori's like, get it out of the box. Yes, get it out of the box. That would be an amazing feat. Because we do know that a lot of people get it and then they leave it in the box because they're scared or they're intimidated. You're right. It is so intimidating sitting in a box. But guess what? It's not making you look younger sitting in a box. It's not giving you the flawless application sitting in a box. So make sure to get it. Practice with water. There's fun. But just have fun with it. Guys, this is makeup. Makeup, okay? It's enhancing our beauty. It is making us more confident, okay? But you got to use it. And you'll get it down. And remember, we have classes. You can book a class with me. I do classes on Mondays and Wednesdays at noon. Book a class. Let me use a little bit of the shimmer right on the inside. Just right there to lighten it up some more. I don't think I'm going to put liner on the bottom. I don't know. We'll see. I might change my mind. Sometimes feel naked without it. And of course, Dusty Rose. The reason I like this is, one, my lips are normal size. they're bigger, but I don't have pigment on the top part of my lip because my lip is like right there and I don't have pigment on it. So what I love about the Dusty Rose is it's a neutral color. So even if I wear a red, I'll still line with Dusty Rose. And I said, you don't know. Oh yeah, you don't know what you're missing. Cindy said, bring out your inner little girl and have. Remember when we used to all play in our mom's makeup? You know, that's when we started learning about makeup. I remember playing Cowboys and Indians, and I always wanted to be the Indian because I wanted to do the lines on my face. I don't know if that's politically correct, but I wanted to wear the makeup. All right. And there, now I have lips. Now I have lips. And then now I'm going to get my mascara. And then I'm going to curl. Now my end lashes, this side, they are curled. Now look at what a difference that makes. Can you see? Now you can see the eyelashes. And it really does open up your eyes. So you need to look awake, curl those lashes. See what a difference, even just a little bit makes such a difference. And I love these brushes because you can really get it on. And there we go. Oh, love it. Yeah. See, I always have to have bottom mascara. I feel like it frames my face. And there you go. All right. We are done for the day, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. So good to be back. So good to be here. I hope you guys are having a great week, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.